right. So let's start with an example. We have 3 times -4, okay? And just for your information, in this class, most likely you will never see me use the x for multiplication. The reason being is this year you're going to be doing a ton of algebra. Yep. X is a variable, okay? And that's going to mess us up. So I don't do this. What you will see me do though is you'll see me I will have parentheses between them. Yeah. So if you have a number right next to the parentheses, multiplication, just like this, okay? And honestly, if we didn't have parentheses there, then that would be 3 minus 4. But I want to show that it's multiplication. And when we do get to variables, which will be here in a few weeks, the number and the variable right next to each other like that indicates multiplication. You also might see it like this too. 3, that also indicates multiplication. Okay? You good? Right. So let's talk about this. When we're multiplying, the fundamental of multiplication is you're doing repeated addition. Okay? So we could say that this is 3 groups of -4. And if I rewrite this as an addition problem, it'd be -4 plus -4 plus -4, right? Y'all remember that? Okay. So let's take a look at what that looks like on a number line. So basically we're going to go -4 3 times. So if we start at 0, we'll go -4 once, we'll go another -4, and another -4. Okay. So for these ones, you don't need to have every single number on your number line. It might just help to put the ones you need. So we start at 0, and we did 1 group of -4, 2 groups of -4, and 3 groups of -4. And where we landed is right here with -12. Okay? Are we good so far?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, let's take a look at what happens when the negative is first. I'll talk about this more when we get to a negative times a negative, but the thing you need to know about multiplication is order doesn't matter. So we already know that. 3 times 5 and 5 times 3, same thing. It doesn't matter whether there's an integer in there or not. So we can actually rewrite this to make it easier on ourselves for the moment as 2 times a -3. Okay? Multiplication, order doesn't matter. So for our purposes at this moment, I'm just going to switch the order so that it's easier to see what's happening on the number line. Okay? And then when we do our number line, we start at 0, and we have 2 groups of -3. So we're going to go -3 2 times. So -3, -3. And we're going to land at -6. So the value of this is -6. Okay, I'm going to have you practice too. Okay, go ahead and model that on a number line and see if you can solve them. right, you guys ready to go on? Okay, let's take a look at that first one. I'm just going to throw my arrows up here. Okay, 4 groups of -2. So I'm going -2 4 times. So really, you can do your number lines that way. That's how I think of it. So that way you don't have to spend forever putting those numbers and stuff on there. So -2, -2, -2, -2. Everyone at -8?
Yep.
Okay, so for this one, you can do what I told you. You can rearrange it so that it's 2 groups of -5. So you just go -5 twice and land at -10. Or like Colin was saying, and he's right, it's the opposite of 5 groups of 2. Well, 5 groups of 2 is 10, right? So the opposite would be -10. Yeah, okay. But we'll keep with our flipped method. I'm going to go 2 groups of -5. Okay. Okay, you guys ready to see negative times a negative?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Okay. It's all about how we look at this. Okay. I would read this as the opposite of 4 groups of -2. Well, 4 groups of -2. What kind is she? How are you doing? You can take her one and say, this is all Miss Mac has, but if she needs more of these, I have lots. Okay. Oh, you know what else I have? Itty bitty ones. So maybe